Well, good morning, everyone. Here it is, a beautiful Wednesday morning. I think, Wednesday morning. Here in down Danville, Kentucky. We got a couple of inches of snow again last night. Real pretty out there. Most of the snow had melted, but it is back again. So it was very beautiful this morning, getting up, seeing all that white snow again. You know, old man winter, he's getting into those last licks before it turns into springtime. At least up here in the part of the world that we're in. I know the other side of the world, you're doing the reverse of it. But up here in a few days, it's going to be springtime, and old man winter, he's getting in his last licks. You know, to succeed on the internet, one of the things that you have to do is you have to be good at telling stories. When you write on your blog post, when you do whatever it is, you have to be good at telling stories. When you're on Facebook, you know, we're always telling stories. And that's one of the things that I do a lot is tell stories, go different places and tell stories to people, especially in the schools to young children and stuff. So I want to tell you a story this morning. It's kind of about like where our lives are and where they can be. It's not a real long story. It won't take very long. But one hot summer day, he got time to go to bed, and this farmer and his wife, they were inside the house and they had the windows open. So cool air go blowing through while he's going to sleep. They had a big old porch out in front of the bedroom window. And as they was laying there in bed, they heard the old dog out there on the porch, and the dog was moaning. You know, and the old farmer, he listened to it for a minute, thought, well, he'll quit in a minute. And laid there a little bit longer, and the dog kept moaning. Kept keeping him going to sleep, and the dog kept moaning. Couldn't figure out what was wrong, because you could tell the dog was hurting. It wasn't just he was laying there talking in his sleep, it was hurting. So he finally decided he'd get up and go out and check on the dog. He started to get out of his bed, and his wife says, well, where are you going? So that dog's laying out there moaning for some reason. I'm going to go out and check on the dog, see what's wrong with it. So he went outside, and the minute he came back in, you could tell he was kind of upset when he came back in the door. And he laid down in the bed, and his wife says, well, what was wrong with the dog? The farmer, he says, that dog was laying on a nail, and the nail was hurting him. His wife says, well, why didn't he move? Farmer says, well, I guess because he was comfortable. You know, and many times in our lives, we can do that same thing. We can get comfortable in our life and be afraid of what's coming or what might happen when we make a change and not make a change. But we're still in pain. Well, the only way that you can get out of that pain if you're in your life, you know, whatever it is, in relationships or whatever it is to make a change. You don't have to move completely away from whatever. You don't shift over just a little bit. Make a minor change. Make a small change. And many times we can get away from that pain. So if you're going through your day and you're thinking about that and things are bothering you, think about how can I shift a little bit? What can I change? Even just a little bit. So I'm not laying on the nail anymore. So I'm not like that dog that's laying there moaning. And all you have to do is kind of watch the timelines here on Facebook, and you realize there's some people out there moaning because they're in pain, but they're not moving. So that's my thought for the day on this beautiful Wednesday day. What can you change just a little bit? What can you do different to get off the nail so life gets just a little bit better? Because my desire for you is to see you have a good life and enjoy yourself. So good morning to everyone that's joined me. Thank you for being here, and we'll be back again in the morning. I enjoy it. I hope you do too.